Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you how to install these LED illuminated Scuff panels. And I'm not talking about these cartoonish ones that you constantly have to recharge. I'm talking about the real thing. This method that I'll show you will work pretty much on every car that has this door button or door sensor button that feeds the car information whether the door is open or closed. I'll be doing it on my Lexus 3IS, so if that's your car, then there's even more reason for you to stick around. Now, in terms of where you can buy these for your car, it can be anywhere from eBay to Marketplace. Just do your own research and I'm sure you'll find some for your car. I wasn't able to find any for my car, but I found some for Lexus ES that I will be retrofitting in mine. Now here's how I did the wiring. There's going to be one power wire feeding all four Scuff panels. However, each Scuff panel will have its own ground wire. And this ground wire, if you haven't guessed, is going to be connected exactly to this door button, so it only lights up when the respective door is open. Here is a simplified diagram that I drew up for you to use, and you should lay out all your wires the same way before you even begin the installation. That way the installation will go much quicker. Now that that's done, we can begin the actual installation. To start, you want to disconnect your battery so that you don't drain it during the installation. Then we're going to open our fuse box to get the fuse extraction tool. Then you're going to pick out a fuse that has a constant power. In my case, this 15 amp dome fuse would be perfect. However, I'm already using it for my ambient lighting. So I'm going to go over to the next one, which is a trunk button. Locate and extract the fuse. And then install your new circuit. Now I'm going to test that I do indeed have constant power using my test light. Don't come at me, I don't have the voltmeter. This works just as fine. And we have the light. Now I'm going to make sure that the trunk button works. And it does, which means we are good to proceed with the installation. Now we're going to feed the wires. We'll start by removing some panels. We need to remove some center console panels as well so we can feed the wire to the other side. If you are unable to feed the wires to the other side, it just means you need to disassemble the center console more. This process can be very annoying, but you just have to stay patient. I have to remove another panel here. The wire won't go through with this panel on. To avoid the mess, I try to put all the panels back together as soon as possible. Now I'm going to plug my extension wire and keep routing the wires. My wires actually turned out to be a little short, but it's okay, I can make another extension wire. Once again, the ground wire, we're gonna have to tap into this door button. We're going to slice the wire protector with a blade and then use a T-tap connector to tap into this wire. When clamping a T-tap connector, make sure to place the wire inside the slit and only then clamp it down. It's also important to secure the connection by using some pliers after you manually closed it, just to ensure that the connection is good. Now we are ready to plug our ground wire. After reconnecting the battery, we can see that everything works the way it's supposed to, and if we press this button to imitate the closed door, we can see that the light goes off, and when we release it, the light goes on. Now we are going to tie our cables. You can use zip ties. I prefer Velcro straps because you can always reuse them. Carefully place the panels back. And remove the factory scuff plate if you have one. Wipe the area with alcohol. Remove the adhesive backing. It's really easy to do it with a knife blade. Heat up the adhesive, preferably with a heat gun. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it in my underground parking. Take off the rubber trim and temporarily place the wire under it. And install your new scuff plate. In my car, I have this really soft area in the rubber trim through which I can securely place the wire under it. But if your car doesn't have it, I'll show you what to do when we get to the rear doors. As I got to the rear door, it definitely confirmed that I do need a really good extension cable, as here I can't even reach to this door button. So I made an extension cable that will help me prevent any dangling wires in my feet, and it will help me reach the rear door button. Alright, as you can see, now I'm able to reach it. I repeated the same T-tap process as I did on the front door, and as you guys can see, everything works here the same way as it does on the front door. Now we're going to remove the stock scuff plate and repeat the same process of the installation. Now here's the trick with the wire. What you want to do with this rubber trim is you want to make a slight slit so that you can put the wire safely under it without it over squeezing it. Alright, as you guys can see, everything worked out really well. You are now really letting the people know that you are entering a Lexus. Now for my Lexus boys, this panel does not go back as easy as it came off. You do need to remove a side bolstering, which you can find how to do in my previous video for rear deck removal. Now I went ahead and did the other side. It was pretty much the same process as the driver's side, except the wire on the door button was a little bit thicker, so I had to use a different T-tap connector. But otherwise the install turned out pretty well. Everything is working exactly how it's supposed to. All we have left now is to clean up this mess of wires. You can start by tucking as much wire as possible under the carpet. And you can also get away with tucking the wires under the panel here as well. However, it is not what I would recommend. It works, but it's messy and I don't really like messy. I'm going to show you how to do it properly. To do it properly, you actually do need to take off this panel and start tying these cables with each other or to the other wires that are there. And once again, you can use either the zip ties or the Velcro straps, whatever works for you. Just make sure you do not leave this messy. Cable management is key. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat the same process on the other side. And with that, our installation is done. Everything is working exactly how it's supposed to. When the doors are closed, this slide is coming off, and it's only coming on when the doors are open, or one door is open for each scuff panel. With this, the video comes to an end. I hope this was helpful, and thank you everyone for watching.